The sky stretched endlessly above as Icarus soared, his wings of feathers and wax a testament to his father's genius. He climbed higher, the sun warm on his face, the wind whispering freedom. Emboldened, Icarus ventured too close to the sun's fiery embrace. The wax melted, feathers scattered as he plummeted, his cries lost to the wind. The sea rushed up to claim him, a tragic image etched in our memory, a stark reminder of the fine line between ambition and hubris. To understand Icarus's fall, we must first understand the mind of Daedalus, the master craftsman whose creation led to his son's demise. The tale of Icarus is often seen as a warning against unchecked ambition, but it's more than that. His flight was a testament to human ingenuity and the yearning to transcend our limits. To call it merely an ego trip ignores the spirit of exploration that drives us to reach for the impossible. Icarus dared to dream of flight, embodying the human desire to touch the divine. The story of Daedalus and Icarus is a timeless parable, resonating through generations. In our age of rapid innovation, the myth reminds us of the tension between ambition and consequence. Like Daedalus, we craft tools that grant us power and freedom, but must remain wary of hubris. Within innovation lies responsibility, a need for wisdom to guide our creations. Let's explore this myth as a mirror, reflecting our own aspirations and potential for both greatness and folly. Daedalus, revered across Greece, was the epitome of intellect and creativity. His mind birthed inventions that bordered on the divine, statues that seemed to breathe, tools that amplified human potential. His workshops buzzed with energy, filled with projects that pushed the boundaries of possibility. Each creation was a testament to his boundless imagination and unmatched skill. Daedalus's fame spread far beyond Athens, drawing the attention of kings eager for his brilliance. Yet Daedalus's triumphs were shadowed by tragedy, the unintended consequences of his creations. The labyrinth, his masterpiece, became a prison for both the Minotaur and Daedalus himself. His inventions, meant to protect and amaze, often became instruments of suffering. The brilliance that set Daedalus apart also bound him to a fate marked by both triumph and tragedy. Genius, for all its brilliance, is a double-edged sword. Daedalus's talent brought wonder but also burdened him with moral complexities and unforeseen consequences. His story explores the price of progress and the delicate balance between innovation and responsibility. Daedalus stands as a symbol of both the power and dangers of human ingenuity. Daedalus's triumphs in Athens ended in tragedy when envy led him to cause his nephew Talus's fatal fall. Branded a murderer, he fled the city that once celebrated him. Exile forced Daedalus to confront the darker aspects of his nature. He sought refuge on Crete, a land both alluring and unknown. The open sea mirrored the turmoil within him. On Crete, Daedalus served King Minos, his genius now at the mercy of a ruthless ruler. He created wonders, palaces, automatons, ingenious systems, but remained a prisoner, bound by the king's decree. The labyrinth, his masterpiece, became a symbol of his own confinement. Outward grandeur masked the reality of his gilded cage. In exile, Daedalus conceived his most audacious creation wings. The idea, inspired by birds soaring above Athens, became a desperate hope for escape. Every feather and joint was crafted with care, each step a rebellion against his confinement. In solitude, Daedalus became not just an inventor but a rebel challenging his fate. The wings marked a turning point, testament to Daedalus's enduring spirit and refusal to be defined by his past. Creation became redemption, each feather a step toward liberation. The wings held the seeds of freedom for both Daedalus and his son, Icarus. As they prepared to escape, a new dilemma emerged, the test of wisdom versus ambition. The wings, a fusion of nature and artifice, were bound by wax, both their strength and weakness. Wax, gathered from Cretan bees, symbolized the delicate balance between aspiration and fragility. For Daedalus, the wings embodied hope and fear, genius and folly. As he fastened them onto Icarus, exhilaration mingled with foreboding. Before flight, Daedalus warned Icarus, avoid the sun's heat and the sea's spray, seek balance. He stressed the golden mean, the harmony between hubris and fear. Icarus, impatient and eager, saw only the boundless sky and the promise of freedom. His father's warnings faded, drowned by the siren song of flight. The golden mean, a core of Greek thought, urged moderation and balance. Daedalus embodied this tension, understanding both the allure and the danger of pushing boundaries. Icarus, driven by youthful optimism, yearned to test the limits of freedom, even at great risk. Icarus launched into the sky, fear giving way to exhilaration and wonder. Each flap of his wings carried him higher, the world below shrinking into insignificance. Lost in the thrill, Icarus forgot the balance between ambition and recklessness. He was Icarus, son of Daedalus, determined to touch the sun. Daedalus watched Icarus ascend, pride mixed with dread. He saw the first feathers drift down, heavy with impending doom. His warnings echoed, lost in the wind as the distance between father and son grew. Daedalus tried to reach him, but the weight of his own creation and his role in the tragedy held him back. He watched, helpless, as Icarus plummeted, a fallen angel cast from the heavens by his own hubris. The splash, when it came, was sickeningly small, swallowed by the vast indifference of the sea. Daedalus circled, his own wings heavy with grief, searching for any sign, any trace of his son amidst the waves. Landing on a nearby island, his legs shaky, his heart a leaden weight in his chest, Daedalus wept. He raged against the gods, cursed his own ambition, the wings that had promised freedom yet delivered only despair. The sun, once a symbol of hope, now mocked him with its indifferent brilliance. The silence, broken only by the rhythmic crash of waves against the shore, was deafening. It was the silence of absence, of a future unwritten, a potential unfulfilled. Daedalus, the master craftsman, the architect of wonders, had never felt so powerless, so utterly broken. As days turned into sleepless nights, the weight of Daedalus's grief was compounded by a chilling realization. His ingenuity, his ability to bend the laws of nature to his will, had limits. He had crafted wings, defied gravity, tasted the freedom of flight, yet he couldn't undo the consequences of his creation, couldn't rewrite the tragic narrative that had unfolded. The wings, once a symbol of hope and liberation, now represented a profound failure. They were a tangible reminder of the hubris of believing that human ingenuity could conquer all, that innovation could outpace the need for wisdom and restraint. The myth of Daedalus and Icarus is a stark reminder that not all innovations lead to progress, that the pursuit of knowledge and the mastery of nature must be tempered by humility and foresight. It serves as a cautionary tale against the allure of unchecked ambition, the seductive power of the what-if, that can blind us to the potential consequences of our actions. Daedalus, forever marked by the loss of his son, carried the weight of his tragedy with him. He continued to create, to build, to innovate, but his creations were now imbued with a newfound sense of caution, a somber understanding of the delicate balance between ambition and responsibility. His story, passed down through generations, became a parable, a warning whispered on the wind, a reminder that even the most brilliant minds must contend with the limits of human understanding, the unforeseen consequences of even the most well-intentioned creations. The myth of Daedalus and Icarus is not just a tale of loss and regret, but also a testament to the enduring power of human resilience. It reminds us that even in the face of unimaginable tragedy, even when our creations become instruments of our own undoing, we possess the capacity to learn, to adapt and to continue striving for a better future, forever mindful of the lessons etched upon our hearts by the ghosts of our past. Look around. The spirit of Daedalus, the relentless innovator, is woven into the fabric of our modern world. We see it in the towering skyscrapers that pierce the clouds, in the smartphones that connect us across continents, in the relentless pursuit of artificial intelligence that promises to reshape the very nature of humanity. Our modern Daedaluses are not confined to workshops or mythical islands. They walk among us, clad in lab coats and hoodies, their minds abuzz with algorithms and equations, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a desire to leave their mark on the world. They are the entrepreneurs, the engineers, the geneticists, the dreamers who dare to imagine a future unbound by the limitations of the present. But just as Daedalus grappled with the unintended consequences of his creations, so too do our modern innovators face a world grappling with the ethical dilemmas posed by their inventions. The tools we create, while capable of incredible good, also have the potential for great harm, a truth starkly illustrated by the rise of autonomous weapons, the spread of misinformation, the ever-growing chasm of digital inequality. The wings of today are not crafted from feathers and wax but from silicon and code. They are the algorithms that shape our online experiences, the social media platforms that connect us and divide us, the artificial intelligence that promises to revolutionize industries and challenge our very understanding of consciousness. We soar on these digital wings, experiencing a level of interconnectedness and access to information unimaginable to previous generations. We can explore distant corners of the world from our living rooms, connect with like-minded individuals across continents, access vast repositories of knowledge with just a few keystrokes. Yet, like Icarus, we risk being blinded by the allure of this newfound freedom, neglecting the potential consequences of our creations. The same algorithms that connect us can also be used to manipulate our emotions, spread propaganda, and erode trust in institutions. The very tools that empower us can also be used to exploit us, to amplify existing inequalities and to create echo chambers that reinforce our biases. The myth of Daedalus and Icarus cautions against the seduction of unrestrained progress, the belief that technological advancement is inherently good, that innovation should be pursued at all costs. It reminds us that the pursuit of knowledge and the mastery of nature must be tempered by a deep sense of ethical responsibility, a willingness to ask not just can we, but should we. We live in an age where the pace of technological change often outstrips our ability to fully comprehend its implications. The allure of being first, of disrupting industries, of pushing the boundaries of what's possible, can lead us down a path where the pursuit of profit overshadows the consideration of potential harm. The myth of Icarus serves as a potent reminder that even the most well-intentioned innovations can have unintended and devastating consequences. It urges us to approach technological advancements with a healthy dose of skepticism, to question the motives of those who stand to benefit from our unfettered embrace of the new. In the face of these challenges, the ancient Greek concept of the golden mean takes on a renewed urgency. We must strive to find a balance between embracing the transformative potential of technology and mitigating its potential harms. This requires fostering a culture of ethical innovation, where considerations of social impact and environmental sustainability are not afterthoughts, but integral parts of the design process. We must encourage our modern Daedaluses to temper their ambition with humility, to recognize that the pursuit of progress is not a linear path, but a delicate dance between innovation and responsibility. We must create spaces for open dialogue, where diverse voices can engage in thoughtful debate about the ethical implications of emerging technologies. The myth of Daedalus and Icarus is not a tale of inevitable doom, but a call to action. It reminds us that we have the power to shape the future of technology, to ensure that it serves humanity's best interests. By embracing the lessons of the past, by fostering a culture of ethical innovation, and by reclaiming the wisdom of the golden mean, we can strive to create a future where our creations elevate rather than endanger our shared humanity. The wax has long since dissolved, the feathers scattered by the relentless churn of the sea, yet the myth of Daedalus and Icarus persists, a timeless echo resonating across millennia. Why does this ancient tale, born from a world of gods and monsters, continue to captivate our modern imagination, a world saturated with its own technological marvels and moral complexities? Perhaps it is because the story, stripped of its mythological trappings, speaks to a fundamental truth about the human condition, our enduring fascination with pushing boundaries, with reaching beyond the limitations of our present circumstances, and the inherent risks associated with such ambition. Daedalus and Icarus, forever bound by their tragic flight, serve as archetypes, embodying both the soaring heights and the devastating lows of the human experience. We are all, in a sense, inheritors of Daedalus's legacy, driven by a desire to create, to innovate, to leave our mark on the world. We fashion our own wings, metaphorical and tangible, striving to transcend the limitations of our time. Yet within this drive for progress, for pushing the boundaries of knowledge and possibility, lies a cautionary tale, a reminder that innovation is not inherently good, that progress untempered by wisdom and foresight can lead to unintended and often devastating consequences. The myth of Daedalus and Icarus is not a condemnation of innovation, but a call for mindful creation. It reminds us that the path of progress is rarely linear, that it winds through a labyrinth of ethical dilemmas, unintended consequences, and the ever-present tension between ambition and responsibility. Just as Daedalus in his grief and exile came to understand the limitations of his own ingenuity, so too must we approach our creations with a healthy dose of skepticism, questioning not just what is possible, but what is ethical, what is sustainable, what will ultimately serve the greater good. The pursuit of knowledge and the mastery of nature are noble endeavors, but they must be tempered by humility, by a recognition that our understanding of the world and its intricate web of interconnectedness is always incomplete. The choices we make today, the innovations we pursue, the ethical considerations we prioritize or disregard will shape the world we leave for future generations. The myth of Icarus serves as a stark reminder that the allure of the quick fix, the seductive promise of progress unburdened by ethical considerations, can lead to a devastating fall from grace. The story of Daedalus and Icarus is not a tale of inevitable doom, but a call to action, an invitation to engage in a more mindful and responsible approach to innovation. It urges us to ask difficult questions, to challenge the status quo, to consider the long-term consequences of our creations, not just for ourselves, but for all beings who share this planet. It is a call to cultivate a sense of interconnectedness, to recognize that our actions, no matter how small, have ripple effects that extend far beyond our immediate sphere of influence. It is a call to embrace the golden mean, to find that delicate balance between pushing boundaries and respecting limitations, between embracing the transformative potential of technology and mitigating its potential harms. The myth reminds us that the power to shape the future lies not solely in the hands of a select few, but within each of us. We can all choose to be more mindful creators, more conscious consumers, more engaged citizens in a world grappling with the complex ethical dilemmas posed by rapid technological advancement. As inheritors of Daedalus's legacy, we are called upon to approach innovation with both audacity and humility, to dream big while remaining grounded in a deep understanding of our interconnectedness with the natural world and with each other. The sky is not the limit, but rather a vast canvas upon which we have the opportunity and the responsibility to paint a future worthy of our highest aspirations. Let us then take flight, but let us do so with open eyes, compassionate hearts, and a steadfast commitment to using our creativity, our ingenuity, and our shared human spirit to build a world where innovation serves not just as a testament to our ingenuity, but as a force for good, for equity, and for a future where all beings can thrive.